All right. Let's see.
Turn that on.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
All right. You
Back in the building.
Yeah, we took a little week off. Part of that my fault.
Couple weeks off, man.
Yeah.
And I meant to actually post something each week to let people know why we wasn't going to be on, but I forgot. I ain't gonna lie to you, it just swept right by me.
Yeah.
So, but we here, welcome to Triad Hip Hop Podcast. This your man Kurt, and this is
Howdy.
This is episode 228.
228. Yeah,
well on my way.
We out the house now.
Yeah, man.
Get that 227.
We got
shit,
just as many subscribers as we got episodes now.
Dang.
Put them out, one person per episode.
Yeah, I like these guys. Like, hell, but shoot, how was your week, man? How was the last 2 weeks?
The last 2 weeks have been, good, man. I can't complain. I've been trying to work some overtime hours at work, so to get some extra money, man, because things is tight.
I feel you on that.
It is tight, man. The powers that be, boy, I'm telling you.
I'm telling you, man, grocery prices ridiculous.
Yeah, they really are, man. It's like, if you can't get food stamps, you stuck, bro.
I'm telling you, ridiculous.
But, we're just trying to make them dollars stretch as best as we can. And, hold it down. So it's been a normal 2 weeks, but just a lot of, overtime, and work has been a little bit stressful because they're making changes at the job that's causing us to get more phone calls. Like,
Bro.
I don't know for sure, but I swear to God, I think they fired the whole Spanish department.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, no, you can't.
All of a sudden, we get the Spanish call.
Oh, no, you can't fire Barrica. No, you can't do, man, come on. Now. They can't.
All of a sudden,
they filed for that.
I mean, I don't know for sure. That's just my guess, but it feels like, because all of a sudden we're getting overran with Spanish calls, and people are getting upset because they like, I asked for a Spanish person like I always do, and now I'm getting you. And I'm like, what they want us to do is get an interpreter on the phone. So then it's a bunch of back and forth. I say something, then the interpreter says something, then the customer says something, then I say something, and it's like the calls are so long now.
Hold on. So what are they doing?
Exactly. That's what I want.
That don't make sense. Why would you hire when you already have someone that's speaking bilingually?
But it's probably cheaper for them. You know what I mean? Them interpreters probably don't charge them a whole lot to have them. It probably is cheaper to keep them and make the call a little bit longer than to actually have a Spanish person take the call.
It would be the other way around. Them interpreters usually they get bread.
I'm just saying that's what seems to be happening. But it is what it is, man. It's just it's a job, so you just deal with it and take it as it is. How's things been for you the past couple of weeks?
Well, one, I want to shout out my girl Brittany Pendergrass for graduating from the University of Kentucky.
That's what's up.
That is why.
Yes, sir. Hey, congratulations.
One of the reasons why I wasn't here the past 2 weeks, we was actually celebrating. So we were trying to celebrate. So it wasn't like you stupid.
Yeah, you did good.
Yeah, it wasn't like that, man. It wasn't like that. But she anyway. So we were celebrating. I'm proud of her. You know what I'm saying? Because she really been in there and done what she did. I mean, she did the University of Kentucky online, but we actually went to Kentucky for her to walk.
For the walk.
Yeah, for her to walk.
That's what's up, man. Yeah, Congratulations, man.
Yeah,
man. That's a big thing, man.
Yeah, it was a good time, man. We had a good time. So.
And that's good that y'all actually got to go, because nowadays a lot of people like that, they do the online graduation thing where you just go through a video ceremony, and so the fact that you were able to actually go, that's even better, man. So I'm glad y'all were able to do that, man.
Yeah, it was good. And that's the thing too. Like, the only thing that was crazy, they should have let someone know, like when they were doing the ceremony, they were doing like their little fight song, and the fireworks went off.
Oh.
Bad. It was like pop, pop, no warning. You know, you already
So
had
everybody like, whoa,
you know
whoa,
what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? People already had mass shootings and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I told, because I was with, you know, her brother and mom. I looked at her and said, you know, I bet Brittany nerves is shot.
Exactly.
People ducking and stuff. I'm like, hey, why would they do that?
Right.
And knowing they got veterans up there, like they probably get flashbacks and shit.
People with PTSD.
Yo, for real, it was man, it was bad. It was bad, yo.
Man,
it was bad, but I'm again like it was good.
That's what's up, man. I'm glad I got to go, man. That's a really big thing. That's a huge deal. Congratulations to Brittany, man. So, you know, shout out to her.
Yep.
So, yeah, how's everything going work-wise?
Man, work is work. Man, it get cold in that building. That's all I'm gonna say. It get cold.
Yeah, man. You in a place like that, it's gonna get cold, man.
It get cold, son. That's about it, man.
Man, do what you can, man.
That's
do what
about
you
it.
can.
And just trying to get ready for next semester. And you know, as far as like my school and stuff, so
yeah,
I'm trying to get some things together and get things organized. This past year, this past semester was just crazy with, you know, trying to get the show and trying to work all this other stuff. So hopefully I ain't gonna say we got the kinks ironed out, but I will say this: I'll think next semester and the other semesters won't be as bad.
Yeah,
but I gotta. You know, I just got to get some things together. But other than that, that's it. Anyway, I'm going to shut up.
Nah, you good, man. But, you know, it's good. We got to catch up with stuff on like that, you know, see how things have been going. But, yeah, so we can go ahead and move in. We got a few people we want to say rest in peace to that passed on over the past couple of weeks. We had the iconic rapper Granddaddy IU. Rest in peace. Yes, sir. Rest in beats. Yeah, I did a breakdown on one of his joints right after he passed. Yeah. Called "She Said." It's a song he did with Sadat X.
Oh yeah.
It's a pretty dope song, and I just wanted to give him some flowers, man, because he don't get enough recognition. So shout out and rest in peace to Granddaddy IU. We also lost Stephen Boss, aka Twitch, who I used to be on the Ellen Show with her. Very positive brother, man. He was a DJ and a dancer, and you know, had a really good thing going. He had a family, wife, and I think a couple of kids. So it was sad, you know, when they said that he committed suicide. I was like, wow, you know, I still think something's weird about that, but I don't get into that. But so rest in peace to him. Also, Memphis rapper Big Scar. He was only 22 and he died of accidental prescription drug overdose. So, you know, rest in peace to all of them.
Oh, it was someone else who died. I think there's someone that did like the what was it, Gamble or Huff, the producer. I forgot their name, but it was but yeah, they passed away this week. I can't think of the guy's name. I've seen him across Instagram and stuff, talking, but for what I understand, he was responsible for a lot of that, that's like the stylistics and things like that nature. But he passed away.
Those old school groups.
Yeah.
Okay.
I failed to mention that. I forgot his name.
Yeah. Rest in peace. Yeah, look him up, see if you can find him. And we can definitely give him a rest in peace, and we'll give him all a moment of silence once he finds that name, because that is want to pay our respects, man. It's somebody who's been doing it that long and helped out people like the Stylistics and other groups. I'm sure, if he's as good as he sounds, I'm sure he helped out a lot of groups. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, man, that's crazy, man. But yeah, we lost quite a few people, man, over the past couple of weeks, man. Granddaddy IU was only in his early 50s, so that's really bugged out, man.
Yeah, there it goes. Thom Bell. That's right. Thom Bell.
How do you spell the first name?
THOM, B and Bell. Yeah, the sound of Philadelphia.
Okay.
Because that was the Philly sound. Yeah, Soul Train. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. That's good to know, man. I'm gonna have to check into that. So yeah, let's go ahead and give all of them a quick moment of silence just to pay our respects. All right. Thank y'all for doing that with us. We appreciate it.
Yep.
So, all right. So we're gonna go ahead and move on to our question of the day. How we came up with a good one. Go ahead and tell the peoples.
All right. Hip hop is turning 50.
5-0.
Next year. What is your fondest memories of hip hop?
Fondest memories, man. For me, oh man, it's a lot, but I guess for me it might have been like back during the '80s when I was a little more interactive with like the breakdance and electric boogie and everything was a lot more fun in hip hop. You know what I mean? The '90s brought about that lyricism, but the '80s were just like the fun times when the New York City was in chaos, but if you could, engulf yourself in that or, envelop yourself in that music and culture, man, it was the best feeling, you know. So I probably had to say the 80s for me.
And I'm surprised because I was born in '83. I would have to say the '80s hip hop was definitely like some of my fondest as far as. I mean, now I will say this: I didn't, when I was a kid, I didn't understand what I was listening to.
Yeah.
But I knew I liked it. You know what I'm saying? Like I was fun to listen to, like the Big Daddy Kanes. I didn't know who they were, but Big Daddy Kane. But I know about Ain't No Half Step. I know about Ain't No Joke. And then like Run DMC, like you talk too much, or you better shut up.
I said
you talk too much. Homeboy, you never shut up. Yo, that was my song, yo.
Yeah, man, that's the joint right there.
The joint right there, man. But yeah, so that, I mean, I think, like you said, the fun times. Now, in the 90s, obviously, I think, you had the Big, the Pac, and all that stuff. So you had that. So, I mean, you had those memories. I mean, Snoop.
It was like a lyricism, boom bap explosion.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah. So
everybody was trying to outrhyme each other.
But I think the 80s, as far as like, and plus, I think the 80s was the era that, even though like it was trying to, it was almost forming into like the corporate mogul that it is today, it still had like that elements intact.
Yeah.
Like people still respect, the B-boy, the breakdancing, boombox, beatboxing and all that. Cause I mean, I think that's what was I just think too, especially our people, cause even me being in the South, people were just creative. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody was celebrating creativity. And I think when when the other stuff came along, not saying that it wasn't necessary, but when NWA and all that stuff came along, I think the creativity side and the fun side kind of shift.
Right.
And it went to, something else. And, that, I mean, that's just my opinion.
Yeah, I agree though, man. But yeah, man, y'all share in the comments what y'all think, is your fondest memories in hip hop. That's our question of the day. Whether it was a time period or, even a split moment of, something happened in hip hop, whatever it is, drop it in the comments and we'll keep that conversation going.
And real quick, another question, because I don't think I meant to do this while, the other week. I want to shout out our one guest that we had on here, Brian Thurman, the guy that came through from A&T, from A&T.
Yeah.
So I shared the video with them, and it was about, the HBCUs. And, it's funny, like you got these HBCUs, but they have like Greek fraternities and sororities and all that. And it's like, and I shout out to again, man, Farrell said that he made a good point. Should HBCUs have comedic chapters instead of Greek chapters?
Okay. That's a good question, man.
Yeah, because I think, because the thing of it is, it makes a good point. It's like, why, I can understand like everybody else having the other schools that aren't HBCUs having Greek chapters.
Right.
But the thing of it is, the Greeks took and learned from the Egyptians. So we should have, HBCU should have comedic Yes, kept comedic chapters.
I can agree with that.
I mean,
that would be good.
I mean, dope as shit. That would be dope as shit. I come on the campus like, yeah, man, brothers, we up here from the House of Raj.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? That, but and see, that would kill me though. But like black people, they be going hard on the alphas and stuff and all that shit, harder than white folk. Cause you don't hear white people like, oh, I'm an alpha. I mean, you might hear it in passing, but you don't hear them doing the pledges. Brothers be alpha, five,
gotta represent.
And then they be like,
do it all.
Like nigga, you doing like Naruto shit or something? Nigga, what's going on? You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Exactly.
So you know what I'm saying, but I mean, it was really a good, if I found that video, I think I did share it with you. I know sometimes he can, it could be a long discussion, but it was very interesting.
Yeah. We definitely need some of that, man. Maybe a Hotep chapter or something.
The Hotep chapter? Hotep, bro.
Exactly.
I don't know what the fuck I'm doing.
I know, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
But yeah, I do think that's a good idea, man. Y'all leave that in the comments how y'all think we should do, man, because that would be great. That would be great. But yeah, so I'll go ahead and move on to some birthdays. Let's see. We left off a few weeks ago, so I'm gonna go back a little bit. So back on December 7th, happy birthday goes out to my man, Mr. Porter from D12.
All right.
December 8th, we had a few people on that day. Nicki Minaj, Bushwick Bill, rest in peace, and Easy Mo B. Yep. On December 9th, we had a couple of people. My man PNB Rock, rest in peace, and Can I Bust? You know what I mean? Happy birthday to them.
Let the world know the truth. You don't want me to shine.
Yes, sir. On the 11th, happy birthday goes to Mos Def and DJ Yella from NWA.
All right.
On the 14th, happy birthday goes out to Offset and my man King T from the West Coast.
Oh.
Yes, sir. On the 15th, happy birthday goes out to Cool C, representing Philly.
I gotta have it.
Yes, sir. On the 16th, happy birthday goes out to Scott Storch.
Okay.
On the 18th, we got quite a few. We got DMX, rest in peace. Rod Digger. All right. Cuban Link.
All right.
Murphy Lee.
All right.
And General Steel.
Dang.
Yes, sir. General Steel. My man still repping for Brooklyn out there. You know what I mean? Tech and Steel. Anyway, on the 22nd, which was a couple days ago, we had the baby.
All right.
And my man Uncle Luke. Happy birthday to them.
All right.
And then today we got my man Sky Zoo. Yes, sir. Happy birthday to him. So he be doing his thing too. Happy birthday to all of them.
All right, do the clap. Clap. Hold on, clap. There we go.
All right. So I'm gonna go ahead and move on to some music. Like I said, I don't want to keep y'all too long today. I know y'all got family plans and all that,
Last minute shopping and all that shit,
Yeah, if you're trying to travel, you ain't getting nowhere far.
Nah, I'm shooting, man.
The airports are shut down.
Oh man, this cold weather. Man.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. And winds is cutting, man.
Oh, today, that whole meme talk about the day's forecast be that brick.
Yeah.
That brick and his whole family showed up. So
man. Oh yeah. All right, well, go ahead. We're gonna go ahead and move on to some new music. My man Benny the Butcher got a new song out called Saint Maurice. I love those Griselda titles, man. I don't know why they always come up with these titles that just kind of always make you think. Then there's a dude called Jay Royale. He did a song featuring Havoc of Mobb Deep called The Wise and La Kid. That's dope. It has a really hard. I think Havoc must have produced it because the beats sound like one of his beats, and I wouldn't doubt it if I had to guess. My man Terminology got the new song called Let Your Glock Burst. My man Dave East got a new song called No Promo. Cool G Rap, his new album is going strong. He released a video for a song called Born Hustler with AZ and 38 Special.
Okay.
My man Lil Flip just dropped a new song. We ain't heard from him in a minute. It's called God Got Us All. So it's kind of on the spiritual tip, positivity. My man Apathy just dropped a song with Black Thought, and this joint goes hard. It's called Disgusting. And it got an old school sample, man. That is so dope to me, man. I don't know who thought it. I don't know who produced it, but it goes hard. You know what I mean? It's matter of fact, it's got the sample from that "Take Me On."
Oh yeah. Oh, from the joint.
Yeah. So they sampled that part. Right. They sampled all that part you just said. Everything you just said, they sampled that. It sounds dope too. And my man Pusha T, him and DJ Drama got a project coming out this year in 2023 called Gangsta Grills.
Gangsta Grills.
Yeah, so he just announced that. So that's gonna be pretty dope. All right, so that's it for my music, I believe. We can go ahead and move into some topics or whatever. But yeah, wasn't there already a song called Gangsta Grills?
Well, no, I thought it was the DJ.
Was it?
Okay. Gangsta Grills.
Right.
Yeah, they shout it all the time. Like,
maybe that's what it is. I always used to hear it. All right, so yeah, we got a lot of topics we're gonna run through. So here in North Carolina, a Winston-Salem State University student was arrested for disorderly conduct. So you were telling me a little bit more about this. So you want to elaborate on that a little bit?
So before that, let me put this in context.
Okay.
All right. So I did tell you. So I told you about Brittany graduating for University of Kentucky.
Yeah.
Now, let me put it in this context. University of Kentucky actually had like an incident. I don't know if you remember.
Oh, okay.
It was probably like a month or so back, but it was between two students. I think one of the students worked on campus, one didn't. One was black, one was white. I can't remember who was working and who wasn't.
Okay.
Anyway, the white student made a racial slur to the black student and all types of stuff. The University of Kentucky was they were quick. I think they suspended the student.
Okay.
Or expelled the student. I can't remember, but they handled it quick. They came out from the press like, hey, we don't condone this. We're a multicultural school,
right?
Yada yada yada.
Yeah.
This is a PWI. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Predominantly white school. So I felt too. I think your University of Kentucky handled that well. They got out in front of it. So side note, going back to the WSSU, here it is. You have a black female student going to a white female professor. The black student did an assignment. The professor said that, the white professor said that it was not, it wasn't done correctly. You're getting a 0. So what happened was the student went to the class, the classroom where the professor was, and she just explained like, well, look, I'm gonna sit here. I want to, be in because it was a group project, and it's like, well, I want to be here for my group, because my group they're getting in grade 2. I don't want this
to ask you about that. Did the whole group get like 0s, or was it?
I don't know if it was the whole group, but I understand it. Like, hey, I'm trying to set in. I'm trying to do this for my group,
right?
Because what I'm saying, because I don't want their grades to be affected for something I did.
Yeah.
So
that makes sense.
And what I'm saying. So basically, she did that. The professor was like, "Nah, you did it wrong. You shouldn't be in here." Like, making it hard. And then they kind of got loud. It was kind of like a shouting match. Then it escalated. The student went out in the hall, and I think they went out in the hall and whatnot. Words were exchanged. They got the campus police, and the campus, they were like, I need you to, not necessarily I need you to arrest her, but they basically came to some, to argument, and then the professor was like, well, I need you to apologize for what I and then she was like,
and she wanted the teacher to apologize.
Yes, and then, I need you to apologize.
Right.
She's like, no. So I'm not apologizing. So they arrest the student in handcuffs. Now, That situation is bad because this is a HBCU. You got this black student in handcuffs. Y'all did not go out in front and say, hey, or you didn't go out in front and say, hey, we don't condone that, or hey,
Right.
this wasn't a racial thing, or
Right.
I'm saying this, you didn't go out in front of it. It looks really bad because
Right.
now you got this is and then on top of that too, a lot of people. It wasn't just this situation came to a head, but that, for what I understand, that professor has a lot of complaints on her already at that school. So not only that you didn't come out ahead of it, you let your black student, get arrested
Right.
in an HBCU, a place where they were supposed to be shielded from that. Like, what happened there? Not saying that I want it to happen in Kentucky, but if that happened in Kentucky, it'd be like, well, I mean, it'd still be wrong, but you would expect it, right?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That, you would expect that in Kentucky. You wouldn't expect that at WSSU.
Right.
And Stephen A. Smith, and I know you probably don't listen to this because fuck you. All right. First of all, you trying to, with your little fucking raggedy ass WSSU jacket right after that situation happened.
Oh, did he do
Yeah,
that?
he put that shit on. Fuck you.
Did he actually go there?
Yeah, he went. Yeah. He actually was a basketball player there, and he was a reason that I think I want to say Jerry Stackhouse. He was the guy that actually coached there. He's the one that ended up getting him fired.
Wow.
Fuck you. I hope
Stephen
if
A.
you do
Good
see
old
that,
Stephen A.
fuck you. And I heard you calling out, my little town of Archdale and stuff. We out there, son. You can come out there with them, all your little, I got my gold and I got my money and stuff. Come on out here. I got something for you, goddamn.
Well, we all know Stephen A. Stephen A. is AKA Sean Coonery.
Mm-hmm.
So, it is what it is with him, man, because he's always making the news for crazy stuff he says. But yeah, man, I did read a small article about the WSSU situation, and the like you said, she did get arrested. Because I think, I guess it sounds like she came to confront the teacher during another class. I guess she wasn't in that class, so she kind of just barged in, and she was kind of interrupting another class. But it sounds like the teacher was still the one who kind of instigated the situation, started yelling, and then the student just kind of yelled back. It wasn't like the student just kind of started going off. The student was just like, let me talk to you. I want to say why this happened. And I don't know. I mean, I would like to know more details, because to get a complete 0 on a project, it's like, damn. I mean, how bad is the teacher saying that this was? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's like, I get it. If you failed it, you didn't do a good enough job, but it's complete 0.
And usually, sometimes in that type of environment, they'll give you a little something for credit.
Right.
What I'm saying? Well, but see, that depends if you have, be honest with you, a black professor. Because I think sometimes and I'm just saying this from my own experience, some of the white professors at those HBCUs, they kind of make shit harder than what it actually is.
Yeah, I can see that.
You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, nah, it's not even that serious. Because it was like a management class I took. This dude made this shit like dumbass hard, like for no reason. Just because sometimes I think, and I'm not saying all of them are like this.
Yeah.
But I do feel that some people, some of them are put there just to make sure that people don't advance.
Yeah.
And so, I got with this dude. I'm like he was making shit ridiculous.
Yeah.
So I dropped that class, and when in the summer I had like a black professor, I got the A in the class. Like, it was because the way the system that they had and what they had in place, it's like, okay, if you just read this, remember this. It was easy. It was not that I want things to be easy,
right?
But what I'm saying, it was, the system was relatable, and actually you kind of retained more
Yeah.
than opposed to like making it dumb hard.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Now I know certain stuff you can't. There's certain stuff, especially like in the tech stuff, you can't avoid it.
Right.
Like some stuff ain't a walk in the park, but at the same time, it's like certain classes that okay, like it shouldn't be that hard. Yeah, like some of them do make it dumb hard for no reason, just to hold people down.
All right. Right. Yeah, that makes sense. But yeah, man, I hope they get that situation resolved, for the WSSU student. Hopefully won't be too bad on them. You know what I mean? I don't know if they're still in jail or if they got out. And
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know the whole situation about that, but I mean, I don't think they should have. Oh yeah, the charge was bogus too because they gave her like RD. You're arrested for RDL, and they don't even know what they didn't even give her a description of what it was.
It must be. When I read it said they was arrested for disorderly conduct. So I'm assuming the D probably stands for disorderly, but I don't know what the other stuff is.
Yeah, but
yeah, they just mentioned disorderly conduct. But either way, it's always something, man. So, hopefully they get that resolved. I wanted to mention, a lot of y'all might have heard, one of the dudes in the YSL RICO case, a dude named Antonio Sumlin. I hope I'm pronouncing that last name correctly. If I'm not, please forgive me. But a lot of people was wondering, if he like snitched on the rest of them. But it seems like he basically admitted to being guilty on his own. He didn't implicate anybody else, just more so, yes, I'm guilty, I was there. That's it. Not he did that, she did that. Just I'm guilty. Because yes, I was in a situation I shouldn't have been in. So, that they've been talking about that a lot in the case. It's a lot going on with those cases, man. I just saw another post where they said some cops was using Lil Wayne's "A Millie" song to help arrest people. I was like, yo, that's crazy. I mean, what is going on? It's like now they really trying to dig deep into making the music, go against people.
Man, I'm telling you, I would not be a rapper today.
Yeah.
Because if you can't, because that's the thing, like I was telling you, like if you can't do the fun stuff.
Right.
Because that's not going to sell.
Right.
Or they're not going to, or even if you do sell, they're going to limit you. Like you can only have like one Kendrick Lamar or one J. Cole, or I mean, which you should have one of anyway. But what I'm saying is you can't have too much fun or evoke too much thought or things like that, because if you do, well, you know what I'm saying, you can't have that. We gotta have, this entourage of like rappers, thugs. You being a rapper, you have to be in the game. You have to be you have to have an entourage. See, like, like I said, in our day of listening to MCs, most of them they were getting away from the streets. Like this was an opportunity to get away from the streets, not being involved in the streets. But now it's like the vehicle to push stuff, and it's just like, man, it's just ridiculous, man.
But yeah, man, it's still a lot going on, man. Everybody's speaking out about it. I don't know what's going on with Gunner's part of the situation, but we got a lot going on with that case, man. So we'll definitely talk more about it the more they release information. But yeah, speaking of law enforcement, your boy Orlando Brown got arrested from from TV fame. You know what I mean? That's So Raven. It's like it's so much always going on with him. You know what I mean? He's been in and out of the media. He's even made it to Dr. Phil. Dang. Dr. Phil trying to help him out. But it's like every couple of years, every few years, he got to do something crazy. And on this one, supposedly, he was down on his luck, didn't have no money, went to stay with a relative, like a cousin or brother or something like that. And so the family member just said that, you know, everything was going good for a quick moment, but then all of a sudden, one day he just started spewing out craziness, saying that, you know, he was accusing the family member of raping his girlfriend, something weird like that. You know, just out of nowhere. We just sitting here like, you raped my girlfriend, didn't you? And it's like, so, and it ended up escalating to a physical altercation, I believe, and then they had to call the cops. And so he got arrested on like assault charges. But I mean, I feel bad for him, man, because every time he does something, like I see videos where he's going live just to talk about his life in general, and he just be spewing out the stuff that don't make no sense. And I'm like, you need some medication, bro. He really needs some medication, because a lot of stuff he be saying, I just be feeling bad. Like, I don't even think he realized he's not making any sense at all. You know what I mean? But yeah, had you heard much about the
Nah, I honestly haven't. Like I said, this is kind of like the first I heard of it. I mean, but yeah, it's unfortunate. You know?
Yeah, man. In the mugshot, it's like the crazy. He got this crazy maniacal smile on his face.
Nah, man.
It's crazy, man. I'm like, I don't even know what to think about him, man. He got it's got to be something going on up here that's not totally in balance. You know what I mean? Something. Either he needs medication or he had something that he got rid of it or something. Something, man. Maybe something to just calm him down. Right. You know what I mean?
Thorazine.
Yeah, man.
You melt it up like a
Right.
motherfucker. You be like that. Be like a motherfucker.
Right. That's drooling and
shit. Thorazine, calm down.
But yeah, I feel bad for him, man, because I mean, he definitely needs some help, but I don't think he realizes how bad it is, because they said he's done crazy stuff, like he's tattooed Raven Simone's face somewhere on his body. She don't even like you like that, bro.
Oh no,
you know what I mean?
It's the physical. Nah, she don't. Matter of fact, she don't even like me like that. She like, they should play for the other team.
But I'm just saying, you know, they was on the same show for a long time, and you know, she. But I mean, I just feel bad for him, man. I remember the first time when I realized he was crazy. It was a video that came out years back, probably a good 8 to 10 years ago, where he was like, he walked onto somebody's property and they was about to beat his ass because he was spewing nonsense to them, and the dude started recording him. He was barefoot and had no shoes on.
Oh damn!
Yeah, it was just, and he was just saying a whole bunch of craziness.
Hey, he was barefoot with a chain out, like yay, like Dave Chappelle said.
He had on some raggedy clothes. You could just tell, and that's when I knew. I was like, "Oh man, dude from That's So Raven, he looking kind of crazy right now."
Man, shoot. Well, you know the whole Disney thing, man. Like a lot of them Disney stars, a lot of them Disney kids get fucked up.
I'm telling you, man. It's like, what is it? Is it Disney? You know what I mean? And they like,
let me tell you
come here, son. Let me just. Right
fuck around with the mouse.
Right.
I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you, the mouse, boy, just crazy. So, like, how am I gonna get these kids? Fuck them up. It's the mouse.
Like, look here, Orlando. We're gonna give you a little something just to help you perform. You're like, okay.
All right, Orlando, just calm down. Just take the sedative and then go out there.
Yeah, man. But yeah,
that mouse, boy.
Yeah. So Orlando Brown, man, he's been arrested, and I don't know what's gonna happen to him, but I'm sure he got a court date coming up, because but he ain't gonna give us so many chances, man. I mean, unless they can prove he crazy, which he seems to be. But you know, if he comes out seeming like he's sane, well, yeah, they're gonna give him some time, because he done been in trouble several times. Speaking of arrests,
yeah, I'm about to say, I think I just saw on your phone some breaking news about Tory Lanez.
Tory Lanez then got found guilty, you know, on these Megan Thee Stallion accusations. The court case was going back and forth. You know what I mean? They kept, first it was looking like they was about to say Megan was the liar, because I think the girl who was in the car with them, the other girl that Tory was with, was you know, making it making it look like, Tory was innocent, you know what I mean? And so, but now the whole thing turned around and they found him completely guilty on all charges. No ifs, ands, or buts, none of that. You know what I mean? So
I also overheard that also like the Tory Lanez kind of blamed like the whole Rockefeller and Jay-Z.
I heard about that. Yeah, I don't
thing.
know I don't understand that because I don't know the depth of that part of the story. So
now I know that I do understand that like Rockefeller was kind of showing some interest to Meg Thee Stallion. You know,
what would they be doing with this situation though, with the shooting? Because I know that Tory's dad spoke out right after the court case. He was outside kind of yelling how they did his son wrong. And so he kept saying something about Rock Nation doing something.
Yeah, so I'm trying to understand, like, I mean, I'm not saying what they did, but it's like she got shot in the foot. It's not like she died.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not understanding the severity of this case.
And it's not a severity. It's more so just profile because they're both in the entertainment business. They're both black artists. You know what I mean? So they always try to make sure they blow our stuff up.
Okay, but that's the thing, though. Nipsey Hussle, he been dead since when?
20. Was it not 15?
2019.
2019, yeah.
That was supposed to have been a big ass trial. Like the whole, with him getting shot and everything.
Right.
No one talking shit about that.
Right.
So why no one talking shit about that? But then this they're ready to throw this out.
And it's been 2 years too since the shooting.
Damn near 3.
Yeah. So it is weird but I think it's because they just now going to court over it, which I don't know why it took so long.
That's what I'm saying. Like it was, you know what I'm saying? Like, but pretty much the camera showed him like, he got hit and then
right.
Yeah, so.
But yeah, I don't know all the ins and outs, but I do know that they had a bunch of text messages that made him look really guilty.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, and then also another person came out and said that they saw the whole incident from their window. I guess they were in a nearby either apartment building or hotel window, and they were out looking out the window and saw the whole incident, and said that it actually turned into a fight. You know what I mean? Like they made it seem like Tory and this other girl jumped Megan even after the shooting had happened. Like, they went over there and both was messing up. I don't know if that's true or not. I hope not.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You already girl got shot and y'all gonna kick her while she down. Now I don't know all that, but it's just, it's an interesting case, but it's not that big of a deal that we all need to be talking about it. You know what I mean?
If he gets that's what I'm saying. If he's found guilty, what's going to be the what's the time?
They haven't said yet. They're gonna go back to court. I think I want to say it said late January, like January 25th or something like that, to get the sentencing at that time. So but it's just everybody on both sides are both so passionate about, like, Megan Thee Stallion is like, no, he shot me. And he's like, absolutely not, I did not. You know what I mean? Everybody's absolutely passionate about their side of the story. So, but it is text messages out there where, he kind of talked about it like he admitted it almost, like he was apologetic. So I think stuff like that is what made it look bad on him.
He probably, like, being apologetic, he was probably sorry for it happening.
Right.
But the way, I'm just saying, the way it was worded,
right,
it sounded like I'm sorry for me doing it, but what he's probably trying to say is I'm sorry for it happening.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying, and I don't know because I didn't see the text messages.
But yeah, I mean, it is what it is, man. I just wanted to mention it because it had made the news and, it was not what people were expecting. People were thinking that it was going to turn out the other way, like she was lying and blah, blah, blah. Anyway, so we can move on. A couple of weeks ago, there was a little controversy with Fat Joe went online and started talking about him helping the careers of people like Pitbull and Trick Daddy. And so that kind of stirred the internet up because Fat Joe was like, yeah, I had Trick Daddy's demo tape and I took it to this record label because they was looking for a new Spanish artist, and I told them this is not Spanish artist. I'm talking about Pitbull, but they were looking for a new artist from Miami, and I said, here's the guy. And the same thing happened with Pitbull. Somebody was like, I'm looking for a good Spanish artist, and he was like, nope, this is the guy. Gave him a demo tape. So, you know, I don't think he's lying about that, but a lot of people were like, nah, you didn't discover Trick Daddy, you didn't discover Pitbull. But he wasn't really saying he discovered them. He was just saying he heard about how dope they were already blowing up in their local area. And so he was just wanting to help spread the word. So he took like Trick Daddy's demo all the way up to New York and was like, yeah, here's a guy who's already blowing up in Miami, but y'all need to hear him up here in New York. You know what I mean? So that's what he was saying. But people got mad, and Uncle Luke got in the situation because Luke was like, yeah, you know, that's not true. I'm the one that discovered Trick Daddy, and I'm the one that did this and that. But, you know, it was just a misunderstanding. You know what I mean? Yeah. Did you hear much about that?
Like I said, nah, I mean, I ain't really hear too much about that. I mean, like I said, you spoke about it. But yeah, the whole Fat Joe discovering them and stuff like that. I mean, in Pitbull's case, I could understand, but the whole Trick Daddy thing, especially like when you told me Luke was into it, like that didn't make sense because it's like you're in this dude's backyard,
right? Exactly.
Like, so yeah, Luke would know about Trick Daddy. You know what I'm saying? At least, you know.
Exactly. So, you know, it was just one of them, man. I think it was just a misunderstanding that the internet ran with, like they always do, you know. So it is what it is, man. But I'm glad they got it resolved because Fat Joe and Luke went on live together and they talked it out. And Fat Joe was like, yeah, I would never try to take credit away from you. I just was saying that I did hear about them. I heard Trick Daddy blowing up in Miami. So he was already doing his thing, but I just took his demo tape up to New York so that I could say, here's a guy you might want to sign. And he said that eventually the guy he took it to came back to him and was like, yo, that guy you told me about, I actually did sign him. You know what I mean? I actually did sign him. So yeah, it was interesting. You know what I mean? So that was all it was. You know what I mean? It wasn't nothing big. So, but anyway, let's move on a little bit. Let's talk about Little Bow Wow. He just kind of got into this whole issue over Jermaine Dupri. Jermaine Dupri came out and said the show, which, you know, a lot of young kids may not know about, but back in the day, we had a show called 106 in Park on BET, which went through a few different hosts. You know what I mean? Started off with, what was it, Free and AJ, and Terrence and Roxy. And Bow Wow actually did host the show for a little while at the end. Bow Wow became the show's host along with somebody else. I wasn't really heavily into it by that time. But, you know, basically Jermaine Dupri came out and said, I created 106 in Park and I took it to BET and the people who made it, and I gave them the idea, and that's how it came about. Because Jermaine Dupri said he kept looking at shows like TRL. He was like, that's for the white artists. They don't really never had no black artists, so maybe we should have something like that for black artists.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's entirely possible that he did. I don't know. But immediately when he posted that, Bow Wow came out and said he was lying. He was like, JD did not create 106 in Park. That's cap, you know what I mean? And he, you know, kind of, you know, just went at it like, you know, screw him, you know what I mean? And so that's when the brat jumped in and she was just like, yo, don't come for Jermaine like that. You know what I mean? He's the one who made you. He wrote a lot. And she actually said he wrote most of your songs.
Damn.
I was like, well, damn.
Damn.
I mean, I thought Bow Wow had a little talent there, you know.
But nigga said you wrote my shit.
I don't think Bow Wow denied that part either. You know what I mean? But so yeah, that was what happened there. Had you ever heard that Jermaine Dupri was the one behind the idea for 106 in Park?
Yeah.
I never heard of it, but I mean, it's possible. I mean, maybe he did give him the idea, but I think it could be one of those situations where they're both right. You know, maybe Jermaine Dupri did come up with the idea, But Bow Wow kept pointing to the person who actually produced the show.
Yeah, put the legs on it.
Yeah. So Bow Wow was like, nah, he was the one that made that show. But Jermaine Dupri never said he produced it. He was just saying, I bought the idea.
Yeah.
So that could be entirely possible. You know what I mean? So I don't know. But I feel bad because it's like, y'all all, kind of came up together. Jermaine Dupri did discover Bow Wow and made his career, but, Bow Wow also helped keep blowing Jermaine Dupri up. You know what I mean? Because he had a lot of success, which equals success for both of them. So it's like, this is kind of childish for y'all to be going back and forth. You know what I
mean? Oh, yeah.
So
there's something over that. Like, you know what I'm saying? But, yeah.
But the brat was basically, and she even said in her comment, pull up if you want to.
Damn.
I was like, what the hell? It's getting heated.
Don't pull up on the brat.
Right.
Your ass funky.
Man, so I don't know. I hope it doesn't escalate any further, though. You know what I mean? But yeah, did you have anything you wanted to say on that Jermaine Dupri 106 in Park thing?
You say nothing.
Yeah, it was just kind of a funny moment from a few days ago. But speaking of people going against each other, my man Master P got beef with his own son Romeo. I mean, it ain't full fledged.
Sons and sons,
right?
Because Jermaine Dupri and Lil Bow Wow,
right?
And now,
And the brat actually said that she was like, "That's your daddy, really?" You know what I mean? Because he was like, "You made him your father figure."
Dang.
Yeah, so she said that too. I was like, "Well, dang." But yeah, so supposedly, Romeo came out and said some things about money not being right throughout the family on in the Miller, legacy. So Master P came out and said, he tired of people making him out like he's supposed to be the bank and rescue everybody.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know all the details, but you said it might be somewhere Romeo's owed some money from his publishing or, his business dealings.
Yeah.
But the way Master P was talking about it, it seemed more like they just looking for handouts. Not I owe you money because, you made this amount and I never paid you. Master P made it seem like they just keep coming to him to borrow money. You know what I mean? And so I don't know. What you think about the whole thing?
I mean, like you said, within that situation with Bow Wow and Jermaine Dupri, this is another situation where they can both be right.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, in one perspective, little, I don't want to say little Romeo, because I think, but Romeo could be looking at it as, well, if I was not your son, or if this was, this would look like I'm being duped.
Right.
But on Master P's side, he's looking at it, he's looking at it as, well, I'm trying to take care of everybody as far as, look, I remember what it was, how it was to not have. So what I'm trying to do is make sure that everybody's held and everybody's taken care of to a certain extent, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, but, and I can understand his motivation too, as far as like, okay, yeah, I made this money, but at the same time, it's like, y'all can't just sit up here and wait on me to make money. Y'all need to make money.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And I can understand that. Like, I need to go out there. You can't just wait for me, to go out. Now, I can understand too, like, maybe they have an idea and they might need funding.
Yeah.
And they go to him and he says, no. I can kind of understand on their side too.
Yeah.
Because sometimes, having the idea of, hey, I can do this. I'm thinking about this. I'm not asking you, just put some money into like what I'm doing, and I can, invest in me and this will come back. And if he, Master P's like, nah, I ain't feeling that. Like, I can understand being up. So I can understand that aspect of it, But yeah. So
yeah, and I mean, the way Master P was talking, he made it sound like they just coming to him like, look, I ain't got no money to pay my rent, so you rich, pay it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So he just like, I'm tired of people looking at me as for a handout, leaning on me like I'm a crutch. So I don't know, man, but it's, if Little Bow Wow, not Bow Wow, Little Romeo is still owed money legally based on business, then yeah, Master P, you need to pay that.
Yeah, I agree.
You know what I mean? If that's the case. But if it's just more so they just looking at you like, yeah, because you got all this money, you should be doing all this for us. Nah, I don't agree with that. You know what I mean? Y'all got to find your own way sometimes. You know what I mean? I got people in my family that got money, you know what I mean? But if they not willingly trying to do nothing for me, I'm not about to go hunting them down like, hey, you got money, hook me up. No, I'm not that type of person. I'm not doing that. So, but you know what? Master P do have a new joint venture with Snoop. They got Snoop cereal.
Yeah, Snoop Loops.
Snoop Loops, yep.
Snoop Loops.
Master P actually had another cereal idea from before. I can't remember what it was because I mentioned it on a show probably about 6 to 8 months ago, where he was he called it something.
He should make the ain't no motherfucking P cereal. This ain't no motherfucking P cereal.
Right.
Man, I ain't the phone.
Right. It was. It was so kind of. It might have been the same thing with Snoop Loops because they said the name went through some changes. Like they kept trying to market it as such something, and the companies wouldn't go with it until he changed it to Snoop Loops.
Nah, Snoop Loops is credible as a
yeah. So
that it rolls off the tongue.
Right.
It's
right.
That's marketing right there. That's
yeah. But yeah. So yeah, that's hopefully, I hope I'm some success with it, man. You know what I mean? I ain't gonna lie. What I do want though is one of them little Snoops on the stoop, the little like the elf on the shelf.
Snoop on the stoop.
I kind of want one of those joints, man. That looks kind of funny. But yeah, so that's just the Master P thing. Like I said, that's how I feel, man. If they just want to hand out, then nah. You're not about to keep using me like that, bro.
This ain't no motherfucking P cereal. This ain't no motherfucking P.
But yeah, man. Speaking of another verses, we got my man, the reggae artist Sizzla, mad at DJ Khaled. He said, he got a couple of issues with Khaled, man. I don't know, man, but supposedly something about a song that they did, which I'm not sure because I don't know all the songs that they've collaborated on, but supposedly the song had a few artists on it, and one of them was an LGBTQ artist, and I think Sizzla felt like they were trying to make this LGBTQ artist the face of Jamaica and the representative for the whole Jamaica, and he was just like, nah. We got all these other artists that came before this, and now you trying to say this is the face, and I don't think he meant it in like I don't like LGBTQ people. It was just more so like, like let's say you got the Juice Crew, rapping, you got Kane and G-Rap and all of them, Roxanne and all of that, and then somebody comes out right now in 2022 and says, yeah, I'm the face of the Juice Crew. No, we already got the legacy.
Yeah, it's like Tekashi 6ix9ine came up.
You ain't no motherfucking Pete. You ain't no limit. But yeah, so I think it was just one of them where he just felt like, so he got platinum plaques with Khaled, but he kind of took him and burnt him because he was just mad and felt like he was being done wrong and some other stuff. I don't know, man. I don't know the whole story, but it was funny.
Like I said, man, like Jamaica don't play that shit.
Yeah.
They don't play that shit. That's nothing against the LGBTQ, but they country don't.
Yeah, they're very strict about their ways and their culture.
they don't play that shit.
Yeah, they don't play that shit. They are very strict about their ways. Their culture
so they don't. That. Yeah, so I understand. From that perspective, I understand, why he was upset about that. Mm-hmm. But here, it's like that shit's pushed.
Yeah.
And what I'm saying? It's just, and I think with them pushing it, it kind of messes up really the art because it's like now y'all just trying to push the the person that's in that community, whereas is not pushing the art. Because
right.
like for instance, like I said before, I mean there's anime and my Brittany got me watching K-dramas and stuff.
Okay.
Like I said, they address those things in it. But that's not the main thing, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And those people, those people that are in those communities, they are a part of those communities, and they kind of explain like, okay, this is how they feel and all that. But it's not like they, overly sexualize them too.
Right.
In those things. But yeah, it's just. But yeah, like as far as Jamaica, like, I understand because I mean that's pretty much like because even with Africa, you know what I'm saying, they don't play that shit. They don't.
Yeah.
Like you damn near, you come out there with that rainbow flag if you want to, you finna get fucked up.
Yeah.
Like
yeah, and I mean, that's just how they are. They really are very patriarchal, I guess. Mm-hmm. But it is what it is, man. That's I ain't got nothing against Jamaica, but they way stuck in their ways, and so that's why I've always been like I would have loved to visit there, but I don't want to live there because they crazy out there. They're crazy.
You don't want to go by the beach, boy.
By the island. Yeah, man. But yeah,
Vegas is pretty chill though.
Oh yeah, they are. They definitely are.
Yeah,
they contributed to the culture.
Yeah, man.
Hip hop. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we shit. Some of our biggest hip hop artists we wouldn't have that if it wasn't for the islands.
Yeah, man.
You know what I'm
saying? Busta Rhymes is half Jamaican. Heavy D was half Jamaican. Biggie, yeah, Biggie.
Yeah, like a lot of and I just think, this whole B1 and all the FBA and all that stuff, it's like all these fractions.
Right.
It just it kind of forgets of like, look, we're all a part of this culture. We just need to, unify and stay together as opposed to like, fighting over the little difference we have.
Exactly. Exactly. So. All right. Well, I guess we can kind of move on.
Yeah,
got a couple more topics. No, you good, man. But they tried to cancel my man Kevin Hart, man, over some comments that he made. Yeah, kind of messed up. You know what I mean?
Yeah, let me get that.
Let's give him a boo a little bit. Oh, we lost our speaker.
Yeah, here we go. Oh, come on now. Oh, there we go. There we go.
But basically, they have an actual hashtag going around called Cancel Kevin Hart.
Okay, so why are they canceling?
Because he made some comments recently, I don't know, maybe in an interview or something, where he said that ancient Egyptians were black. And that was just complete blasphemy to them. Exactly. And I don't get it.
I don't get it.
That was complete blasphemy to them, because they still want to.
Blasphemy for who?
They still want to whitewash the Egyptians.
Man. Who was them?
I don't know, but it's a lot of people supporting.
First of all, let me tell y'all, fuck them, because first of all, I mean, I don't know, because you guys created the maps.
Right.
But correct me if I'm wrong. Egypt's in Africa.
Well, see, they don't want to admit that, though. They keep trying to say it's part of the Middle East.
Oh,
because it connects the Middle East to Africa, so it's like that in between.
First, and let's go ahead and get that out the way. Middle East is a new term. They just came up with that shit,
right?
Not like just like
right.
But what I'm saying is that's not even like it's a modern term.
Modern term.
That hasn't been back in the ancients and all that stuff,
right?
Second of all, let's go ahead and get this. Let's go ahead and cook some grease. You know what else is on the African continent? Israel.
Yep.
Israel peoples were black.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely do. ancient Israelites, there's a lot of proof that they dark skin. they look like this man.
Well, they probably look darker than me.
They were darker than me. Yeah,
they probably darker than me. But I mean, that's the thing, man. It's just like why. It's really sad that we're now being canceled for telling the truth.
Right.
For telling the truth. Just like with the whole Kyrie situation, the whole Kanye, love him or hate him, you may disagree, agree with him, but the sad thing is, it's really sad that we're in a day of like, oh, you can't say that.
Right.
And then you wonder why, like, certain groups of people who are high up on the get above us and they're in control, so-called allegedly control the media, entertainment, and all that other stuff. It's like when they get above it, then they trying to hurt you. Always reminds me, which I did not get a chance to see. Did you see where they had the guy from the ADL come on the Breakfast Club? Yeah.
I bet that was interesting.
Man, listen. So I want to shout out Rizza Islam. He actually had a breakdown of the actual, he didn't get all of it because he had some points and stuff. You need to, go back and check that.
Check that out.
But it's really funny. Like you got a man that comes in. This is probably our culture. You know what I'm saying? We don't bother. For the most part, like this is black culture. It's funny how like for them to not be in, not into into what we are, they try to like control this thing, or they try to have this narrative of, you have to say this, or you need to say it like this, or and it's just like I was saying, like most of these, going back to the Kevin Hart thing, like you have to stand on something and speak out because, it's just, you have to, because they're gonna, but, and that's another thing too, with that is like from them being above, then you wonder why, like these people, these so-called people that control everything. I think I forgot. I was listening to somebody, and they were saying that most of these same people that run our media and stuff, like, hey, if you go back into like the history, they've been kicked out of so many countries because of the main thing that they're doing now. They're getting good in control of all media and stuff like that.
Yeah. And
then now they just then now like if you speak out on something or say something that's not with them, it's like, oh, they run the play like, oh, anti-Semitic, and you know what I'm saying? And it's just like, nah, man, it's just getting to a point that they use it so much, it's almost like a cry wolf almost.
Right.
Especially when it comes to, but they really do that towards us.
Right.
More so than anybody else.
Yeah.
So
yeah, but I mean it's like, it's weird, man, because the fact that y'all ready to cancel a man over his
for telling the,
even if it wasn't the truth, it's still an opinion.
Yeah.
It's like, let it go. I mean, but my thing is, if he said ancient Egyptians were white, I guarantee you I wouldn't have no problem with it.
Oh yeah.
They'd be like, yeah, he's speaking the truth.
No, because man, let me tell you, like with the whole like Charleston Heston, the whole Moses joint, all that other stuff, like it don't make sense. Like in the Bible, it said that Moses was raised among the Egyptians. The Egyptians were dark-skinned people. So you know what that means. Moses was a dark-skinned person.
And he was from
your buddy that we're allegedly having his birthday tomorrow. Jesus. His birthday's tomorrow, allegedly. But anyway, so he was born, and when they were persecuting Hebrew boys, guess where he went to? Egypt. All right. So why would he go to Egypt and hide?
Because he could blend in.
Yeah. When you're in a sea of blacks, you can hide in a sea of blacks.
Oh, yeah.
Ain't no way them Egyptians is white. Especially where the sun is.
Right. The further you go down there, the darker the people gonna be.
And matter of fact, that's why them cats that say that, you know, they Jews, but not getting fucked up by that sun right now.
Hey, I mean, that's the thing, you know what I mean? But that's how people, a lot of it is just America's in general, not even a lot of the other countries. It's America is the main ones who just be mad at this stuff. You know what I mean? I'm sure other countries will say something too, but you can, it's like if you go to somebody, a white person in America and say, you know, ancient Americans were red-blooded Indians. No, I ain't never seen none of that.
I'll tell you what, goddammit, I'll tell you what, man, them damn Indians was white. Them damn Indians was white. And when we came here.
I didn't mean to cut you off. I was just gonna say, but if you look around, that would make them feel like that's true, that's a lie. You know, that all the people who were here in the beginning were white people, because there are some Indian people left, but a lot of them have mixed in with white culture.
Yeah,
so
but because they
breeded
breeded them out.
Right.
Because that's a part of their culture. That's what they do.
Yeah.
They're part of the Roman culture, where what they do is they come in, they see your culture, they see it, take all the good shit from your culture and all that stuff, say they did it, and then you can literally become them. They breed you out. That's why they have a problem with us, because they try to breed us out. They try to eugenicize us and all that other stuff with eugenics and shit.
Yeah.
You know, and all the shit that they do come back on them. So it's like, they've been man, I'm telling you, it's been crazy. They've been trying to do all that shit.
Mm-hmm.
It's just, you know,
it's a shame, man, but you know, it is what it is, man.
But it ain't like, and that's another thing too. Like, I don't want to think like it's all white people, because not all white people think like that. Yeah. It's just the powers that be, the people that we don't see. They think they have this mindset of that.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. But yeah, you know, it is what it is. Y'all let us know in the comments, you know, what y'all think about that whole Kevin Hart situation, and you know, don't forget to hit the buttons.
Like, share, subscribe. Like, share, subscribe. Like, share, subscribe. Brothers and sisters. Brothers and sisters.
We need funds.
We need funds. Allocated.
But yeah, man. So we can go ahead and move on. My man, Bishop Lamar Whitehead was arrested by the feds, man.
Oh.
Can you do me a favor? Can you look that up? I don't know if you can Google it.
Oh, yeah,
I can't remember what the charges were, like what he actually got. It was some kind of, I think, fraud or.
Oh, yeah, it was fraud.
Was it fraud?
Oh, yeah, the nigga did that shit.
I just wanted to see what the actual charges were, because I think it was fraud or something about money laundering or something to that degree. Yeah, because money, you know what I mean?
Because he went to jail for fraud the first time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, let me see here. Let me.
Yeah, because this is an interesting thing. I mean, he done been in the spotlight. This is like, you know, the umpteenth time for him.
Okay, so I mean? Wait a minute. This is a New York Post. That'll probably be accurate as possible.
If y'all remember, first he was at his church and he got robbed on camera, and a lot of people said that was fake.
Oh, that's fake as hell.
You know what I mean? And then he had to issue a month later where he almost choked the girl out because she was, you know, giving him back talk in the church. You know, he don't play that. He ain't gonna be giving me no lip.
Okay, so Brooklyn's Bling Bishop, Lamar White
Bishop,
Bling Bishop. Lamar Whitehead arrested on federal fraud and extortion charges.
Damn.
I think, from what I would understand, I think there was one lady that actually he owed $1 million. He got like $1 million out of.
What website is that?
This is Gothamist.
Okay.
Gothamist, but it is powered by the Washington, New York Post. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, WNYC.
Gotcha.
So
yeah, man, that's crazy, man. But you know, he done put out a statement talking about just because you was arrested don't mean you guilty. So, you know, we don't know what's going on, but we do know it don't look good because he always getting in trouble for something. So it's like something ain't right.
So what it says, I'm gonna skip past this part because but we already know about this. Okay, Lamar Whitehead, the 45-year-old clergyman, longtime friend of Mayor Eric Adams, is accused of a federal indictment of swindling one of his parishioners out of $90,000 in retirement savings. I think it said 90,000, but it was actually it was more.
Yeah.
I don't. Just one particular. In a separate screen, Whitehead allegedly used threats to force to obtain $5,000 from a Bronx businessman. He later promised the same man he could attain favorable actions by the New York City government if the man gave him $500,000 and stake in his certain real estate transactions, despite knowing he had no ability to detain such actions.
So he running Ponzi schemes.
Yeah.
He basically you give me some money to invest, and I'm gonna give you this huge return on your money, and it ain't coming through.
So
you need to stop, man.
As we alleged today, Lamar Whitehead has abused the trust placed in. Excuse me. Let me reread that. As we alleged today, Lamar Whitehead abused the trust placed in him by a partitioner, bullied the businessman for $5,000, and then tried to defraud him far more than that, and lied to federal agents. This is what the words of U.S. Attorney Damon Williams. His campaign of fraud and deceit stops now. No, they're gonna let that kind of thing. Damn. Let's see. So basically. Basically, in a nutshell, just schemes.
Yeah, and wow, man, frauding people out of their money like that.
It's really sad because, I'm saying, damn, actually, I can go back, but yeah, it's really sad because, I'm saying, especially I've said my things about Christianity and whatnot, but there's some, there's people that are really trying to. Worship God and do the right thing, but then you have people like this dickhead come along and just fuck it up.
Yeah,
and then
makes everybody else.
Yeah, makes everybody look bad that are a part of that. You know what I'm saying? Because I mean, you can say what you want to say, but most Christian folks, what I'm saying, especially common people, working people, they just they want to worship and praise God, but then they just want to go to work and have an honest living, be a decent human being for society. But then you got people like that just want to exploit the people, and it's just ridiculous.
Yeah, man, really sad, man. But I'm sure the bishop is gonna stay in trouble because I mean, people like that. If he really is doing it, he's greedy, and those people who are that greedy for it, they can't stop. Yeah. So the moment he get out of jail, he's going to think of some other way to get money, you know what I mean? And get people to double up on them contributions to the church. Look, we need money for the building fund on top of the other building fund. We need the garage fund. You know what I mean? We need the pastor fund. We need the Pastor P's fund. We need the Super Sunday fund.
And then we need the Ain't No Motherfucking P fund.
Right. So, it's going to always be something, man. But anyway, y'all let us know what y'all think about that in the comments. You were telling me about a recent episode of Math Hoffa he had on Grandmaster Caz.
He had Grandmaster Caz and Melly Mel.
Melly Mel?
Yes.
Okay.
So the only clips, I only got to see a couple of clips, but he actually had they were actually talking to Melly Mel, and he was actually talking about how, hip hop is, they talked about, the generation gap. And Melly Mel was like, well, no, it ain't. And it's no generation gap. I just think, this generation don't have respect. They don't have respect, and not necessarily. And I think, for what I understand, he was saying I'm not saying like worshiping and us and everything like that. That's not what I'm saying. But I think he was saying this whole, like we were saying with the whole Rico case and stuff, and this gang shit with this. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all gonna come through, kill a dude, take the tombstone to his hood and put it there. Like, that's fucking disrespectful.
Yeah, man.
Because, like, it used to be a time. Man. Yeah, it used to be a time, like, you know, I mean, I have not lived this life. So I'm definitely speaking vicariously through somebody else. So while I understand the people that I listen to, or, you know, what I understand from their experience, that there was a time like, hey, you know, we're about to beef. All right, like let's say I had a beef with you, and this is back in the day, right? You out with your family. Well, I can't hit you right there in front of your family,
right?
Because your family's there.
Yeah,
it's like out of respect. Like, okay, yeah. It's like, okay, his wife and kids are there. Like, nah, I'm not gonna hit him there. I'll wait till he get alone or something like that. You know what I'm saying? It's still gonna be fucked up, but you know. But the thing of it is, now they just don't give a shit. You could be like at your mom's house or whatnot. They just point them out and just air the whole shit out.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's just
killing everybody.
Yeah, it's just It don't make sense.
Yeah, and I don't understand the thinking behind that. You know what I mean? It's like, I don't care how much beef I got with you. I'm not gonna involve your kids or your wife.
Yeah, because they don't have nothing to do.
They don't have nothing to do with this. This is between me and you. So, you know, let me and you squash it. Either we can meet up somewhere, or if I run into you and you with them, I'm gonna just keep it a buck and I'm gonna just keep walking. You know, I'm gonna see you another time. You know what I mean? We're gonna see each other somewhere. Yeah. So, you know, that's how it should be. You should have some level of respect for, you know, those types of things. Now, if you're trying to hide out in public all the time with your family, no, don't do it, man. I'm with my mom. Yeah, they're gonna come for you eventually, but you know, you can't do that. You know, if you really on some real shit, that's how they handled it back in the day.
Yeah,
about that.
So so they basically was, you know, chopping it up. Like the couple of clips I saw, you know, and like I said, I want to see some more. I didn't get a chance to see more because I mean, you know, Melly Mel, you know, he one of my faves, and then Grandmaster Caz, I quote him all the time, especially when people do fucked up shit.
Yeah, man.
Man, that's
always
nothing bad on you. Always looking good, these.
Right. But yeah, man, I gotta check that out, man. I love to hear from those pioneers from the early days of hip hop, and you know, they still do a lot for the culture, man. You know what I mean? I want to get Grandmaster Caz's book too. You know, he wrote a book a couple of years ago.
Yeah, he actually did.
Yeah, I want to get that. But yeah, man. So and then another thing I wanted to kind of celebrate. You know, my man Too Short, legendary Bay Area rapper, got a day named after him called Too Short Day, which is yes, sir. Yep. And they named it officially for Oakland on December 10th. So every year in Oakland on December 10th is Too Short Day. You know what I mean?
So is he the only rapper that's got a day?
I don't know. I want to say there's some other days too. I want to say there are some.
Well, I know Wu-Tang got one as a group, but I mean, I think they do.
I want to say there's a Biggie Day in New York. I want to say. Chirac got a day.
Okay.
After her.
Yeah.
We talked to her about that.
Yeah, we did.
She messaged us, wanting us to come up for it one time. So but yeah, hers I believe is over the summer. I want to say hers is in June. So yeah, they definitely got some more rappers with days for them. So that's what's up. But yeah, you know, I just wanted to give Too Short that shout out, man, because I mean that's a pretty big thing. He did a lot for Oakland and put them on the map. And you know, because I mean, when you hear about West Coast rappers, a lot of times you would always hear about Los Angeles or Compton. You know what I mean? Those, you know, Watts, right in that centralized location. So it wasn't until, you know, later on that you started realizing, oh yeah, Too Short, you know, did it big for Oakland and
the Bay.
Yeah.
Down there for layout.
40, you know.
For layout.
Yeah. Snoop Dogg put Long Beach on the map, you know what I mean? Compton and Long Beach together. Now you know you in trouble. But yeah, man, so that's dope, man. And then last but not least, you were telling me something about a situation with Kyrie and a shoe situation.
So Kyrie Irving, since he's not, Nike's not sponsoring him anymore, he's getting a shoe deal with a black-owned shoe company.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up. Yeah, man.
So for what I understand, and I don't understand why they're mentioning Music Soul Child about it. So they're in the transition of actually completing the deal, from what I understand from this article.
Oh, okay.
This is from the source.
Maybe Soul Child's investing in it. Maybe he's like a silent partner or something like that. I don't know.
So basically, he's basically saying that the shoe company is called SIA Collective.
Okay.
And basically what happened was TMZ because they always catch everybody.
Right.
TMZ is the fucking feds, man. But anyway, exactly. So basically, Music Soul Child was out and had like some shoes on. They kind of look like Crocs. I'm trying to actually find the shoes. I just seen the picture of it, but they're basically like Crocs or whatnot, and they're foam shoes. And he said, yeah, these shoes are actually made, by a black name. And the shoe, like I said, the company's called SIA Collective. So I don't know if he's going to make like an actual. I'm thinking he's going to make an actual sneaker.
Right. Yeah, I would imagine so.
So the SIA is owned by Delvin Carter.
Okay.
And he has about 4,000 followers on social media, and the brand is in Oakland, California, I believe. Oakland.
Yeah.
So, yeah, man, I'm hoping that this deal happens. I don't know, how that's going to be, but I think it would be cool to, especially for these athletes. I mean, as much as we pump money into Nike and all these other brands, but to have another choice. I'm not saying that, you should. Well, I mean, as I should say, I'm not going to sit here and tell people to boycott Nike and all that stuff.
Right,
at the end of the day, people going to do what they want to do.
Yeah, exactly.
But at the same time, it's good that now that maybe with this happening, Black people will have a choice. Like, okay, maybe I don't have to go.
Right.
Maybe I can go here. Yeah, maybe I can support this man, get his brand up.
Yeah.
So we can have other stuff coming around.
And that's how it should be.
Yeah.
We got to have more competition because, that's how a lot of these giant companies form, because they start making a certain amount of money. Then they're like, okay, now I'm just going to start buying out all the little guys.
Yeah.
So it'll all look like it's coming from me. And, that's, I don't like that. You know what I mean?
Oh, about this.
All right. Well,
yeah, about time.
We lost storage on one of our phones.
Damn.
Damn. But that's pretty much it, man. We just wanted to drop that. We had a lot to talk about because we've been going for a while. Came back with the jump off.
Yeah.
And we appreciate y'all checking us out. Week after week. You know what I mean? Keep them funds allocated. Keep them coming.
Funds allocated, coming, you know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. Let me turn that off. Yeah, nah. But yeah, so this has been episode 228.
228.
You got anything else you want to drop before we sign it off?
Nah, man. Other than again, congratulations to Brittany.
Yeah, definitely. Congratulations.
Yeah, congratulations, and everybody be blessed. If you believe in it, don't believe in it, Merry Christmas.
Happy holidays.
Happy Hanukkah.
Happy Hanukkah.
Happy Kwanzaa. Yo, my boss man talk about some white boy talk about some happy holidays, happy Kwanzaa, Merry Christmas, Assalamu alaikum. Assalamu alaikum. Assalamu alaikum. You Muslim?
Let me just give everybody shalom. Everybody. So, that's what's up. But yeah, Kwanzaa will be starting the day after Christmas.
Yeah.
So
actually, I think actually not the I think me and we're gonna try to celebrate Kwanzaa
Okay.
Because me and Brittany kind of had a discussion about like not because that's one thing like Kwanzaa, even though it is like you know, it is kind of like a man-made holiday or whatnot, but you know, and I know it's probably geared towards Black people, but I think it's imperative for us to celebrate us.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Regardless of religion and things like that. So you know, I think it's good to really practice that.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I'm excited for it too.
That's what's up, man. Well, hey, thank y'all again for everything. And you know, we'll see y'all again next week when we do our New Year's episode. You know what I mean? So for Triad Hip Hop Podcast, this is your man Kurt, and this is
Hallie.
And we'll see y'all next time, all right?
Peace.